Hi, smart investors. My name is Adesha Nkodri of Occupancy. I'm super excited to be on this amazing show once again. Last time when we did an educational content, we spoke about the 5 easy steps to take when you are getting a property for the first time. As a first-time investor, you do not want to make mistakes, so that video happens to be a guide for you to know what to do when you are getting your property for the first time. And we had a lot of views on that video. We have over 1,500 views on that. So today we'll be discussing about the different land titles we have and what to expect from each of those titles when your property falls within them. Once again, my name is Alausa Nkodri of Occupancy. You are welcome to this amazing show. So there's a title called the freehold title. People do have this misconception about this freehold land. Some people will say a freehold land is not a title. Some people will say it is a very good title. So today we'll be clearing the air on that. Actually, a freehold land simply means that land is free from any government encumbrance, is free from any government acquisition, and it means that government do not have plans or whatsoever for that land. They do not plan to build any infrastructural development on that land. They do not have plan to build anything, be it hospital, be it road construction or anything of sort. But it does not mean that land is totally free, because government can come later to develop that land. So that brings about the fact that when you secure that land for the first time, let's say you get it from a monile, or let's say you get it from a family, and you discover that the land is free from any government encumbrance, the next step for you to take is to take that land to that portion of land, take the coordinates, take it to Alausa for processing of title on that particular land. If you are an individual investor, you might want to process C of O on that land, that is certificate of occupancy title. If you happen to be a developer, you might want to process government approved acquisition on that parcel of land. Now, when you are processing this, the title will change either to C of O or maybe to government approved acquisition. And that means about the next title, which is acquisition. We have 3 different types of acquisition. We have acquisition in progress land, we have government approved acquisition, we also have acquisition block layout. So I'll be explaining the 3 different acquisition we have right now. So let's say you want to develop that land for an estate purpose. You get a large parcel of land that is about 250 plots, and you take them to lands for processing. By that time they will open the file, so that time it will have a file number. So at that period, whenever anybody goes there to check, it brings out with the file number, it brings out a kind of information that land has been registered and is under processing. So that time it is acquisition in progress land. And when it is fully excised, like I said earlier, acquisition simply means taking a part from a whole. When you have a large expanse of land, when you take it there and they give you back some portion of that land, the part they give back to you is being excised from the larger part. So that's what acquisition means. Now, back to our discussion. So by the time they are done processing, it becomes government approved acquisition. Let's say they approve just 200 plots to you, for you to build an estate. So that time you are rest assured that this land is totally free. Like, you have a title on it, you can build a house, you can build any development on that land, and you'll be very happy at that time, because you know that government cannot come to demolish your property at any point in time. Now, the next one is acquisition block layout. Acquisition block layout title comes about when it happens that the community is being given some part of that land. Maybe out of the remaining 50 plots, they gave back about 20 plots to them to develop, let's say, a marketplace or some kind of building project. So it becomes acquisition block layout. So that is what that title means, acquisition block layout. Now that brings about the next title, which is Gazette. So the title Gazette is not really a title, it's just a name given to an annexation land. Like that is a government approved land that is being recorded into the book of Gazette of government, or just like a record book of government that is being used to record that is just like a way to publish it outside there, that land has been given to so estate developer to develop this particular project, or that particular project on that parcel of land. Now that time when they record that particular government authorization in that book of record, the title becomes Gazette. And sometimes they do publish it in newspaper, so that is why you see some investor asking, newspaper Gazette, does your property have newspaper Gazette? It does not mean that the title is Gazette. If let me say it's just a name, that Gazette is just a name. That's what I'm just trying to say. Gazette is just a name. It's still government approved position, but the fact that they are recorded into their book, we can call it Gazette. So that is about that. Now it brings about the next title, which is certificate of occupancy title, which is what most investors like. People do like this title because it carries your name as an individual. Like my name, Adesegun Quadri, will be on that particular document when they are done processing it, that okay, in so estate or in so area on this particular coordinate, like about 2 plots of land, or let's say more than that, is on my name. So it becomes certificate of occupancy title. I have the right to occupy that land, and also to build any project I want on that land for a period of 99 years. Sometimes the 99 years will not start reading instantly, maybe after 20 years. That is when the 99 years you start reading. But you should have this at the back of your mind that certificate of occupancy title do expire after 99 years. It expires after 99 years. So that is that about government certificate of occupancy when it's being given to you. Now the next title is governor's consent. Now governor consent title is a title that is very, very nice. It's just a name, just like the way we have freehold, the way we have Gazette, is just the same as that, because this is not actually a title, it's just a consent that land has been transferred to you as an individual, or to an investor when they buy from the previous owner. Now they can process it in 2 names, under 2 names, when it has not expired, until when they are trying to renew it. Until you try to renew, that is when you can change the name to the new owner's name. So it means that they have to be a kind of consent stating that land has been transferred from Mr. A to Mr. B. So at that period of time, the new owner will still be presenting the certificate of occupancy title as the title of the land, but bear it in mind that it will be carrying the former owner's name. So that means it is the consent that will show that Mr. A has transferred the land to Mr. B. So the governor of that particular state at that period of time, will have to sign there that the land has been transferred from Mr. A to Mr. B. So that signing of that document is what they call governor's consent. So the governor of that state has consented to it that land has been transferred. It's just a document showing transfer of the property to a particular name. So that's it. So like have this at the back of your mind. That occurs because you cannot process C of O on a property in 2 names under 99 years. You have to expire before you can change the name to a new person's name. That's why we have governor's consent. So that is that about. So when you get a property for the first time, you might want to just get your governor's consent, so you'll be rest assured that there's a document backing it up that the land has been transferred from the previous owner to your own name. Now We'll be explaining survey plan. We'll be explaining deed of assignment title. We will be explaining so under survey plan we'll be talking about registered and provisional survey. So now that brings about the next one we'll be talking about, which is deed of assignment title. Deed of assignment is just is almost the same thing as governor's consent, but it's not the same thing. It's not. This is being prepared by a lawyer, and it just shows the location of the property, the name of the previous owner, the name of the new owner, the size of the property, the beacon number, and every other information like that. It shows that that land has been transferred, the ownership of the land has been transferred from the previous owner to the new owner, and it is being prepared by a lawyer, a certified lawyer. So that is what deed of assignment title means. Now, do not misquote a deed of assignment with deed of conveyance. A deed of conveyance title simply means that the title, the previous title, is just the change of a name on a title to a new owner's name. So, and that occurs when the title of that land before is let's say registered survey, and they want to transfer that to a new name, so they prepare the deed called deed of conveyance. So that is the difference between deed of conveyance and deed of assignment. We also have another title called court judgment or registered court judgment. When we have disputes on land, let's say there is a kind of dispute on a property. It can be a property, it might not be only land, it might be a house. So, and you happen to take that to court, and one party won the case. The party that won the case will have to go ahead and process a kind of registration, and register it rather. So when they register, it becomes registered court judgment. So it does not change the fact that the land has C of O or not. It's just a name given to it for the fact that the person won the case in a court. So the title becomes court judgment. So it can be a registered one. When it is now the safer one to buy, or the most secured one to buy, is not just it's not just court judgment. When you buy a land with court judgment, the person that lost the case can choose to go for appeal, and when that happens, if the other person wins again, if the person that appeal wins, it means you will be losing that land to the other person. So that means it is safer to buy a registered court judgment land than ordinary court judgment land. So that is that about court judgment land. So it's safer to buy, very safe to buy a court judgment land, a registered court judgment land rather than ordinary court judgment land. So that is that about that type 2. Thank you for listening. I think this is being explanatory enough. Let's say, okay, so now let's look at this survey plan of the thing. We have survey, and we have two different types. We have record copy, which is the registered one, and we have ordinary provisional survey. So when you have a property and you take the coordinate of that land, and the person that did that for you is a registered surveyor, the title of that land at that period, or let me say the survey at that period, is called a provisional survey. Now when you take that further to the local government, or maybe a secretariat or anywhere about, and the surveyor general signs on that, or maybe prepare that document for you, it becomes a registered survey plan, a registered survey. So, and you will see that most land in Ikeja, mostly they will have registered survey. So let me say the registered survey is kind of superior to provisional survey. So now let me quote this for you to know. A registered survey is a survey that is being prepared by the Surveyor General, while an ordinary survey like provisional survey is being prepared by a registered surveyor. Now these two survey plans can be used to build whatever you want to build, so far the land has title. You can also use that provisional to do a kind of what's it called, or to process your title on that land. Maybe the land has approval, general approval, and you want to go ahead and process C of O in your own name. You can use that to do that. So that is that about that. And let me discuss global certificate of occupancy. So when in a community, let's say in a large community, when they have a lot of acres of land, let's say hectares of land, and they want to process C of O on that land, if they successfully do that, that land will be carrying a global certificate of occupancy. That time means that all the land in that community has certificate of occupancy, and it will be carrying the community name, so it's safe to buy such property too. So that is that about title documents. So I hope you've been able to learn one or two from this video. Do subscribe to my channel, follow me here on YouTube, and you'll be getting more educational content in the nearest future. Thank you for listening. My name is Adeshegun Kodri of Able Based Royalty. Thank you for listening. Catch you later. Bye.